everybody. Welcome back to my second stream of the day. Yep, couldn't fight the temptation. I had to build it. So, as you can see, we are gonna be building the Force Impulse Gundam this time around. Now, for anyone that does not watch Gundam or know what the hell those words I said, I'll put it simply. Ish. So, Gundam Seed was an anime from the early 2000s, and it was well received, and ended up getting a sequel series called Seed Destiny, which initially started off following a new group of characters with some of the old characters appearing either as supporting or as just kind of guest characters. At least in the first half, and then after that it kind of went back and focused on the original crew from the first series. But at the start of that series, the main character at the time, Shin, used this Gundam, the Impulse Gundam, and yeah. That's it. That was the main Gundam until he eventually gets his upgraded one, which is the Destiny Gundam. But for the good first half of the series, he was just flying around in this thing, which is almost like a somewhat better version, or just a similar version to the Strike from the original Seed series. Hey Nichols, how's it going? Like, I got some pictures here, and I'll show you what I mean by it's like the same unit almost as from the original, from Seed Vanilla compared to Seed Destiny. So, okay, images are just gonna pop up on the screen, so just be ready. They're not gonna be too big, but yeah. So, there is, on the left, is the Strike Gundam from Seed. On the left is the Impulse from Seed Destiny. You kind of see some similarities. Mostly white body, blue and red torso, double V-finned head. It's like, okay, whatever. Most Gundams kind of look the same anyway. Good, just eating some dinner? Nice, what'd you end up getting? But the things start to become a little more apparent when you look at their other forms, because Seed's big thing is basically mission backpacks. Like, take a normal mobile suit, throw a different backpack on it, boom, brand new mobile suit. So, the Impulse and the Strike both have a flight backpack, which really just kind of gives them speed. McDonald's? The go-to. So I'm gonna pop up a picture of the Ale Strike and the Force Impulse. Similarities are a little more apparent now. Even the loadouts for them. With the backpacks they both have, they get 2 beam sabers, they use a shield, and they have a beam rifle. And it's like the go-to form for both of them. Oh, I accidentally turned one on, but I'll go to it anyway. And now that's them with their gun packs. Green colors, big gun. Granted, the Impulse has 2 guns instead of the Strike's 1. And then they have a sword pack. And again, the Impulse has 2 swords and 2 boomerangs, while the Strike only has 1 sword and 1 boomerang. So you can very much see that the Impulse is basically just, here's the Strike Gundam again. Yeah. So there's your kind of brief little design history kind of thing. So I'll just start doing this open, and then I'll get into the actual in-universe reason for this thing existing. Sort of. A good old glorious manual. Generator output, unknown. Thruster total propulsion, unknown. God damn. It'd be kind of nice to know how good this thing actually is. Boatload of stickers. Most of these are going to be on its big old flight pack. Not looking forward to that. Oh well. And yeah, we got a multitude of different sized runners here. I mean, different sized runners. Alright, so let's see what we got to work with. If I can get to the first page. Ah, there we go. Okay. I really need to buy a runner holder, just because it'll make organizing these things a little nicer. But I just keep forgetting to. I know where I can get one too, and they're not that expensive. I mean, hell, I could probably make my own if I was motivated enough. Alright. Let's start making the impulse. Alright, so in the context of Gundam Seed, the Impulse Gundam was one of 5 prototype Gundams being developed by Zaft, which are the genetically modified people, their build union that is based in space. And this was a few years after the war that happened in the original Gundam Seed anime. So they were designing their own, instead of going around and, well, stealing the prototypes from other people. Yeah, they just kind of figured this time around we're going to make our own. So they made 5. All with almost kind of specialized roles. You had one that was good for underwater combat, one that was like very well suited for ground combat, one that was very, very much suited for aerial combat, and then one that had a special weapon system with its remote weaponry. And then that just leaves the Impulse. It does not have a dedicated kind of place where it can fight. Its whole design philosophy was, let's make one general-purpose suit with mission-specific backpacks so we can adapt to any kind of situation. So that's why it has a flight pack, a pack with guns, and a pack with swords. It can deal with its long, close, and medium ranges. But even just the vanilla Impulse is just a general-use machine. There's nothing too special about it. Now, at the start of Seed, a special detachment from the Earth, from just Earth of their military, snuck onto the colony that was making the suits, and, well, they did what happened in Episode 1 of Gundam Seed. Stole them. They stole 3 of them. Because, well, this time they only had 3 pilots. The Impulse didn't have anyone I guess it just wasn't nearby for them to grab. And, the 5th one was actually still in development a little bit, so it didn't show up right away. So 3 of their 5 have been stolen, and then Shin hops into the cockpit of the Impulse to try to fight them off and maybe get them back, which he doesn't. But points for trying. Oh, music's a bit loud compared to me? Okay. How's that? Is that a bit better? That is also partially my fault. I did adjust my gain filters and just set them actually lower. So I'll just boost everything up and down a bit. How's that in comparison now? Better? Awesome. Awesome, awesome. That's the kind of stuff I wanted to hear earlier. Oh well. It's all good, as long as I hear from somebody. Get all the kinks worked out, I can only do so much on my own. Alright, so where was I? Oh, yeah, Impulse. So, yeah, the Impulse Gundam and its various backpacked forms ended up becoming Shin's main machine for at least the first half of the series. Constantly fighting off the other prototypes and anyone else that just kind of got in their way. And, he does surprisingly well in it. One thing, though, that I actually kind of lied and said there was nothing special about the Impulse. It does have something that, like, no other suit in Seed does, to my knowledge. It comes in parts when it's launched. Unlike every other mobile suit, it doesn't just launch straight from a ship as a full mobile suit. No. The Impulse, for whatever reason, which I think I know the reason, to be perfectly honest. Where are we? Oh, right here. The Impulse is actually launched and also stored in 3 separate parts. There's the top half of the suit from the head to about the waist. There's the bottom half of the suit, which is obviously the waist to the feet. And then there's what's known as the Core Splendor, which is a small little jet fighter. So in the middle of combat, or whenever they need to launch it in general, they send out the top, they send out the core fighter, they send out the feet, and then in midair they all combine. The jet folds up and just gets sandwiched between the 2 other pieces, making the Impulse. And then the backpack is also shot out of the ship as well, and then it docks with it mid-flight as well. Why, in any capacity, would that be considered a viable thing to do? No one knows. I mean, the thing can only be launched from one ship that has a specialized catapult to actually launch it and its parts out. So, that kind of defeats the purpose of it being a general-purpose suit, if only this specific ship can actually launch the fucking thing. And you gotta have a pilot who's able to, keep calm under pressure while potentially being attacked, and then line up all 3 parts that are flying at high speeds in midair, without, crashing into each other and exploding. There isn't really a reason given in-universe for why the hell the Impulse is designed like that. Reason out of universe? It's a reference to the original Gundam. The original RX-78-2 was actually 3 separate pieces as well. A top half, a bottom half, and a little jet fighter that folds up and, goes into the middle. It just meets together and gets sandwiched. That at least had a little more reason. It wasn't something they did in the middle of combat. You could launch the original Gundam as a full machine, and then, boom, it's good. It could do what it needs to do. It just used something that was, at least then, they were calling the core block system, where they could swap parts around, more or less. So you could just alright, exchange the top half of this suit with another one, kind of theoretically. Usually for, ease of maintenance, and also the core fighter was, an escape pod. because the Gundam is technically a prototype with a lot of valuable information stored in its main computer, which is in the jet fighter. So if the pilot thinks he's about to, you know, get killed, he can just eject the fighter entirely and leave quickly. So that was the idea then. Somewhat for that, and even the other mobile suits initially had the same kind of system set up in them. Probably mostly for toys, but meh. But the Impulse having it, even as a reference to the original Gundam, is just weird. It just kind of added a silly little gimmick for no real reason. From an actual military standpoint, it does not make sense for them, because this is not the first Gundam they have. It's not super revolutionary. There's been plenty of Gundams that came before it, and plenty that come after. And it was only ever installed on the Impulse, this whole jet fighter sandwich thing. The other ones, nah. Not even an escape pod, it's just good fucking luck if you die. Hell, no suit in Seed has some kind of escape pod system from what I recall. The Impulse would be the only one with some kind of, just something. I mean, at least from what I am remembering, most Gundam series don't have suits that have some kind of escape function or something just to eject to keep the pilot safe. The only ones that do are, hilariously enough, the original series, like the Universal Sentry, all those, they show mobile suits if they get too damaged and the pilot's still fine. It'll launch like an escape pod ball that's in the chest. And then the only other one I can think of after that would be Gundam 00's side stories with the Gundam Pluton, because that also has a core fighter, and they gave a good reason for it to have one. Again, as a escape mechanism for both the pilot and the experimental engine they had. But again, no others in Seed have something like this, so it's like, why? Just why? So yeah, that was just me geeking out for a minute and questioning decisions made in the designs of mobile suits. C2. In series, after Shin quote-unquote defeats original main protagonist Kira and his nuclear-powered Freedom Gundam, which he actually carried over from the old series, and the Freedom was considered the most powerful suit, you know, still active, because treaties and whatnot, it's like, no, you can't use nuclear power to use a mobile suit anymore. He is given the Destiny Gundam, which, hey, guess what? It has a nuclear engine. They just, you know, didn't tell anybody. They didn't tell anyone that was looking. I was like, yeah, it runs off a normal battery like everything else. It totally doesn't have a nuclear engine. So after he got the Destiny, the Impulse fell into the hands of basically his girlfriend, who's also in the military. She inherited it and then used it for the remainder of the series until it is damaged more or less. Actually, not even beyond repair. It's just damaged enough in the final battle that she couldn't actually continue the fight. With his Destiny Gundam following suit shortly after. Yeah, see, Destiny has a lot of problems, namely the fact that it just keeps sucking Kira's dick. How he was so cool and so great, and then he just hijacks the entire show. And then the brand new suit he gets to replace his Freedom Gundam is just, here's the Freedom Gundam again, but more overpowered with more guns. Also, we started running out of time, so we never bothered animating any scenes where it gets damaged. So he just had an invincible suit at the end. And Shin went from a somewhat interesting character who had basically had PTSD from the last war, having lost his entire family, to a frothing at the mouth madman who just the main villain sicked on people. Destiny has its issues. So I'm not gonna lie, in the fight where he actually does destroy the Freedom Gundam, Shin had some good planning going. Because at that point, Kira was very, very well known for not actually aiming for any pilot's cockpit. It would only take out the cameras, the thrusters, and the weapons, just disabling the suit but keeping the pilot alive. Because, well, he doesn't want to take a life if he does not have to, kind of thing. He has that mentality at the end of his series, and also obviously during Destiny. So, Shin, with the help of one of his friends, comes up with a good plan on how to potentially beat him and overwhelm him. First, they had to get him into a situation where he couldn't really fight at his fullest without making his group at the time look bad. And then it was anytime he tried to go in for a disabling shot, he would block it or counter it somehow. He knew he would never aim for the chest, so he wouldn't even bother blocking his chest. He knew he was going to try to aim for his gun, so he'd move his arms out of the way of the shots. He'd hold his shield up over his head. He went for a headshot. So it was actually pretty damn clever of him. Kira was just backed into an unwinnable situation, and Shin took advantage of that. Is that the Baron Bananas? Is that the Cardcaptor Mari? How you doing, Mari? Oh, the glare is messing with me now. Alright, we got a torso. You're good, I'm glad to hear. I'm doing alright. Just doing my usual kit. Had one come in today, and I could not fight off the urge to build it. This is the right one, right? This is the right piece. This is the right piece. Good. Okay. Least favorite piece now. The head. With its damn stickers. Oh, are you kidding me? It's doing that bullshit again? The stupid double sticker crap that does... Ugh. What are we building today? We are building the Force Impulse today. I will show you what the... Oh, wrong one. That's the Ale Strike. That. I'm building this. The Force Impulse. I had that other picture there because I'm just comparing it to the suit from the series that came before it. And how they're pretty much the same goddamn suit. Yeah, this is what I mean. Here's the left is the suit from the previous series, and then the right is the suit from the sequel series. Then there's their flight forms. Then their shooty forms. And then there's sword forms. They're like the exact same goddamn suits. And you missed me going my whole long diatribe about what the problems with Seed Destiny. Oh, good lord, I hate these stickers. I can't even keep track of it. Good god. So what have you been up to today, Mari? Anything fun and exciting, or unfun and unexciting? F25. That's E. That's B. That's an F. Oh. Wow, what a... what a waste of plastic just for one tiny piece. It's gonna immediately get covered up with a sticker. Nothing much, just relaxing? Nice, nice. That's a wonderful green clear piece that I'm gonna immediately cover up with a black and green sticker. What was the point? I know the point. Is if someone wants to paint it, they could just paint the black outlines around the actual eye mold. So they get that nice clear green color. Then again, you're only really going to see it if you're looking real goddamn close at this thing. But, to each their own. Gunpla is freedom, after all. You could do what you like with it, however you like. I'm just more of a straight build person. I don't do anything super fancy, beyond maybe just a little bit of panel lining. Alright, where's your mouth vent? There it is. Once again, as pretty much always now, the music is provided by the Relaxed Movement on YouTube. Giving you the wonderful copyright and DMCA free music for streamers to use. Let's see, I am currently got going on their 3 a.m. neon light vibes. Oh yeah, I know, these are so tiny. Like, damn. You gotta focus on it, camera? Camera, you wanna focus on it? Focus. 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 Focus on the piece in front of you. There we go. All that for a face. load. That is one chonky connection there. But cut through, no problem. It always seems overwhelming with just the amount of pieces and how small they are sometimes. But then after you get it together, you don't really notice. It just looks like something that was always one thing. A lot of these are actually a marvel of engineering sometimes. How with just little tiny pieces of plastic, they're able to get pretty fluid and solid movement out of them all. Obviously not to the extent of an actual human body, because, well, it's rigid plastic compared to flesh-covered bones. But it gets pretty dang good. We're getting to the point now where they can easily reach across their own chests. Without it being an awkward... that's as far as I can go, because the rest of my body is in the way. I can get ones that could, like, almost hug themselves. Which is pretty damn impressive. I'm getting out the tweezers on my wonderful Gundam base starting toolkit that I'm gonna have to replace some of the stuff on fairly soon, I think. The part separator is gouged to absolute hell, so that's not really getting in between parts very easily anymore. I mean, the file's a file, it's still good. The tweezers I barely use, so they're pretty much brand new. Also, they're just goddamn tweezers. And you guys cannot see jack shit. There we go. That might help. But the nippers, they've gone through quite a few kits now. So, yeah, a little more time. They're probably not going to cut as well. Nor are they going to hold up. The spring could give out. The blades could just straight up crack off. That happens. The stress just finally gets to them and they just snap. Luckily, they're not at that point yet, but you never know. So I will eventually be investing in some new nippers. That'll probably cut a little better too, no more smoothly, leave less super... Oh my god, one of the stickers came off and is stuck on my thumb. That don't bode well. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, better nippers that'll probably leave much smoother and cleaner marks after cutting. Get rid of the safety flags on the end of the V-fin. Nice. I think that guy just plugs into your head. And I gotta grab the double. You ate too much McDonald's? How much did you eat? I mean, I had McDonald's today too. But like, how much did you get? Don't say you got like the 20-piece chicken McNuggets or something. Had a Big Mac, large fries, and 6-piece McNuggets. Yeah, that would do it. 'Tis a lot of food. Yeah, guess you're gonna be going extra hard at the gym next time. Oh, we gotta get Swole Nickels up in here. Um, you're gonna attach on here, or what? Oh, I gotta attach the head thingy first, and then the V-fin. Oh my god, these things are so tiny. Okay. Okay, and like that, we have the Force Impulse's head, which the light is blurring to shit. Come on. Come on. Can't make out the details. I'll panel line it later. Alright. Coming together. Next up, the arms. Finally get to use a polycap. I am both looking forward to and not looking forward to work tomorrow. If that's, doesn't sound weird. Looking forward to it because, one, I like my job. And I really want there to be parts in so I can start fixing games. Not looking forward to it because I don't know what to expect is going to be left for me after being gone for a day. I had a crap load of stuff to look at after being gone for 3 days, but then literally the day after I was back and fixed stuff, more stuff had to get checked out. So I just fear that now. What potential hot mess could I be walking into this time? No shade thrown at the other guys. They do their best, they try, they're still new. They're still brand new to doing the job. And they're in the middle of summer, so... I think, like I said earlier in the day, my first stream of the day, they kind of just got thrown to the wolves. Yeah, they just kind of got thrown to the wolves, so... They're doing the absolute best they can, and honestly, they are doing a good job. They are doing really well. They got the basics down pat. It'll just have to be the refinement from there. But I'll trust in them. They'll be able to hold their own soon enough. I mean, they already kind of are. I'm semi-hoping they were able to, or at least someone was able to check out our big crane, because it decided to act up just before I left work yesterday. Like, literally 20 minutes before I'm punching out, this damn thing decides, yeah, no, I'm just not gonna work. Here's my error code. Fix me, please. I had never seen the error code before. I had to look up the manual for it. It was something about its up and down limit switches or motor or something. I couldn't see anything wrong with it, but then again, I couldn't take things apart to fully check it. Because, well, I was running out of time. I was hoping it would be a very quick thing. So I just turned a majority of the game off, wrote it down in our little book, told the guys I was replacing me for the rest of the day, and then messaged my boss, who would be in the next day in the morning, just, alright, here's something I couldn't fix right away. This is the error code it was giving me. I am sorry. Just so she had a heads up and it wasn't, something totally out of nowhere for her. And I just gave her all the information I had, so she at least had a starting point to go on for asking for ideas from anybody. Really liking this music. It is really, really chill. I am kind of glad I found out about it. Good old lo-fi. Free lo-fi, too. Not gonna get copyright struck for this. Is that a nub? Let's say it is. Okay. And now we make a fist. And the right arm will be done. Only took an hour to get that far. Meh. That's how Gunpla works. It likes to take longer than you expect. You'll either take longer than you expect or take shorter than you expect. And I kind of speed through these things. Alright, we have an arm. So we'll throw it onto our impulse. There. Getting there. We've almost got the top half that gets shot out of the ship. I still can't get over that. Let's build a warship and give it 2 catapult docks for mobile suits. One is specifically for this singular suit, so we can launch it in 4 parts. So it can combine in midair while in the middle of a combat zone, being shot at from literally everything. And the pilot will be fine. Though the benefit is, if a part of it does get damaged, like, hell, in the middle of the fight when he was destroying the Freedom did get in close and slashed off one of its arms and its head. So Shin just launched the top half of the suit at the Freedom just to collide with it, and then used the jet to blow up the top half while his ship sent a replacement part toward him. So he could continue the fight at full strength, while the Freedom now had, well, half a mobile suit blow up in its face. So, like, that's, like, the only advantage you could do on-the-fly repairs. Oh, shit, blasted off my leg, send it a new bottom half. Blasted off the top, send it a new top half. I just lost my backpack or need a very quick recharge, send me a new backpack. You could even have backpacks sent to him and he could just take the weapons off of them, which, again, he did in the fight against the Freedom Gundam. He had the sword pack launched toward him, so he just kind of flew close to it. First grabbed a boomerang to throw at the Freedom to knock it off kilter. And then he took one of the massive swords from it and just charged the Freedom. Ended up working and impaling the damn thing. His suit was a hot mess at the end of it because, well, he just impaled a suit powered by nuclear energy. But he was fine. He lived. I mean, it's not unbelievable to believe he would live through a suit exploding in his face. Kira did it. Kira survived atmospheric re-entry in a mobile suit. With everyone in the ground team saying, yeah, if any regular person was inside that cockpit, and they would have been fried to death, just from the heat alone. But because Kira is a coordinator, you know, one of the basically superhumans, he was fine. Mostly. I mean, he still had to go into a recovery. Because, I mean, he fell from low orbit. Actually, no, he fell from straight up orbit straight into the desert. The fact he didn't die from impact alone says a lot. Then there was when the Aegis Gundam blew up in the, like, literally in front of his suit while his cockpit was slashed open. We saw a shot of the cockpit in the aftermath. Everything was melted. Everything. The seat, the control sticks, everything was a melted mess. And Kira lived. He was just kind of knocked out for a few days and somehow managed to get himself into space. Because... stuff. My arms are so... Yes, I have very, very hairy arms. I also have very hairy legs. I have more hair on the rest of my body than I do on the top of my head. I like keeping that short. The rest of this, call me Tarzan. One. I blame my Mediterranean heritage on that. Got family from Greece. So, yeah, I blame all that on them. Not gonna lie, I have toyed with the idea of somehow waxing them. But I feel like that would take a lot of time, and the effort probably wouldn't even be worth it. I don't know. Yeah, definitely. I feel like just the effort alone going into getting rid of it just would not be worth it, because it would probably be back pretty quickly. So it's like, meh, whatever. I'll just be, you know, hairy beast. Nothing wrong with being a hairy beast. Damn right. Hasn't, bothered me so far. making another fist. And there it is. Alright, that's the left arm done. We got the top half of the impulse. So that's the first part of it, shot out of the cannon. Now we're going to work on the bottom half. Huh, we're almost done with the yellow runner. Nice. Oh, that's funky. Just jamming out here. Come on. This is your home. You want to go into your home. Do you not want to go into your home? Well, I don't care if you don't want to go into your home. It's where you belong. There you go. Nice. Yeah, home, sweet home. You wouldn't think it, but plastic does like to fight back just a little bit sometimes. Yeah, I have. I have broken pieces before. On stream, too. Which is upsetting. When I was building this guy, the Leo, with its shield, it has beam sabers tucked behind it, and the shield is mounted on the shoulder. As I was trying to take one out, I pulled it the wrong way, and the saber went flying along with the peg it, pegs into. So that is still somewhere missing in around my desk somewhere. I just haven't found it yet. And then the other one that was on stream was with the Plutone. You see its front skirts here? I managed to snap one. I mean, they come together in one thing. Oh, even I'm hesitant to try to lift them right now. Ooh, I don't like that. Yeah, these front skirts are one piece. I tried to move them wrongly somehow. I don't know how I did it, but one totally snapped off, so I had to super glue this thing. And I ended that stream just with the shield, just kind of, you know, hey, nothing to see here. There's no missing front skirt. What are you talking about? So yeah, I have... Oh god, he almost fell over. Yeah, so I've definitely broken parts before. That's why crazy glue is your best friend, except when you're trying to pull the cap off with your teeth. Don't do that. You'll groove your tooth like I did. But that was just me being a dumbass. Yes, in the battle between, you know, teeth and metal, the tooth was gonna win for sure. Yeah, the small metal pin in the middle of the cap. We tried to pull the cap off. It's separated from it, so it was still in there. I figured I'd just grab it, chomp down, and pull, and it'd come out. Yeah, no. I felt the thing frickin' groove. Again, it's not super noticeable from far away. You can kind of see it when you're just normally talking. But if you get right up close, like, yeah, you can see it's like straight, small little divot, straight. And I obviously notice it because it's in my mouth and my tongue likes to flick around my teeth all the time. So I feel that little bloop like every second of the day. It's less noticeable now, though. After a few days, I'm not noticing it as much. And I'm not being as cautious when I bite into just food now, because I was really scared that it could have been worse. But, yeah, it's okay. So I'm not gonna run to the dentist to get it fixed yet. Because it's not bad. It's more of an annoyance right now. But I will eventually go in to get it, filled somehow. But again, yeah, chalk that all up to, you know, me being a dum-dum. Yeah, I need this for the heal. I've probably been very lucky, though, with just stupid things I've done not actually ending terribly in general. Somehow. Like, I once grabbed an aerosol can, you know, pressed it down, and then put a lighter to make a mini flamethrower for a few seconds. That could have ended terribly if, you know, it decided to just explode. Hey, I was a dumb kid. I've done that. Well, this one is not really being dumb. This is just a holy fuck. It could have gone so much worse than, it actually did. I was helping my dad remove some old, I mean very old radiators from a place that, yeah, I think he's still technically a part of. We just haven't gone in a bit. We're just doing it because, like, hey, the radiators aren't being used to heat the building anymore at all. We'll just take them down and then cut them into more segments so that we can end up scrapping them and making the place just a little bit more money there. Just get a little bit of extra cash. So this, for the very first rad we did, that was in a bathroom. Good lord. I don't know why we thought we could do it, just the two of us. The thing was easily probably, I don't know, 8 feet long? If not a little longer? It was also about maybe a foot off the ground. That thing, we managed to cut most of it. We had to try to bring it down to the ground and then lay it down. Guess what? Cast iron weighs a fuck ton. In fact, I think the thing weighed damn near, like, half a ton. 2 guys were not gonna fucking lift that thing or keep it up. So, while trying to stop it from falling, my dad was trying to press against it with his thigh, which ended up bruising the shit out of his thigh just from the sheer pressure. And when it came down, it landed on my foot. But I was also able to pull my foot out just in time, because I guess it must have went down, then bounced a little. I did not break my foot. It just swelled and hurt like a motherfucker. I was on crutches for like an entire summer. It's like, we even after going to the hospital, like, obviously immediately, and getting it x-rayed, it's like, yeah, nothing broke. It just swelled up. So I still think my one foot is like maybe half a size bigger than the other now. Yeah, apparently I do live a crazy life. So yeah, that was real fun. Being stuck on my crutches in the middle of summer as a teen still in high school. It's like, I want to go out and do stuff, but now I literally cannot walk anywhere. I gotta keep my foot up, or I start feeling it swell. And if I do get around, it's gotta be on crutches. That was a hell of a time. But I mean, it's good. I don't walk with, like, a limp or anything, so... yeah. I just think my one foot is slightly bigger than the other now. Which, oh well. I think most people have one foot that's slightly bigger anyway. I mean, come on, when you're a kid, or at least in your early teens in some fashion, you're gonna do crazy stuff or stupid things just because you think you're invincible. Nothing can stop you. It's like, whatever. It just takes one moment to shatter that reality. I think the radiator on the foot was that one for me. With the tooth being the second dose, just saying, hey, dumbass. What the hell? Did I cut out the wrong piece? Or did I just put this in backwards? Oh, I put it on upside down. Good going me. Like, thank God it has not been anything worse than that. Because obviously you've heard stories that happened to other people. Do not wish that on anybody. It's good to learn a lesson, but not in those ways sometimes. Actually, all the time. It's never good to learn lessons, a horrible lesson that way. We are. Well, if anybody has any kind of questions they've been wanting to ask for anything, like even general, whether about me, my opinion on something, or whatnot, go right ahead. That's also kind of what these streams are for. Just chat and talk and all that fun jazz. I'm open to answering pretty much anything. I won't answer anything super personal. But I'm open to most things. And people that I'm actually already friendly with, yeah, they can ask me pretty much goddamn anything. Because I think at this point they know what my limits are, or at least semi-aware. When do you think it's okay to start decorating for Halloween? I'd say the absolute earliest, October 1st. I think October 1st is like the absolute earliest you could start decorating. The latest you should start decorating, I think, would probably be about a week beforehand. Boo. You disagree? All right. Well, let's hear when you think you know, I think it's okay to start. You think it's okay mid-September? Yeah, definitely too early for me. October is spooky month. Uh, Get no shade at anybody. Everyone's gonna have their different opinions and do what they're gonna do. I just feel like October is the only, like, October 1st is the earliest. I like Halloween too. Yes. Yep, exactly. December 1st, I think, is the earliest you should start doing any kind of Christmas decorations. October is the spooky month. December is the Christmas month, where everything is super holly jolly festive. Meanwhile, if I could put up my Christmas stuff as I take down my Halloween stuff, I November 1st, you got the tree up already. First thing dropped to the stream. An ankle guard. Now, for as when you should start taking the stuff down, I think Halloween stuff can stay up for at least a week after Halloween. And the Christmas stuff, that can stay up until, I would say, at the very latest, mid-January. we got a leg. Quite a fine leg. Very forgiving with the takedown? Yeah. Because usually it's a lot of effort, and you don't want to do it immediately afterward. Especially Halloween, because depending on where you are and what you're doing, that could take a while. You like to put it up early, but when it's done, take it down. No, couldn't do it. Especially because around here, we usually set up a lot of stuff. But trying to do it then, like, the day after is just, no. Leave it for a little bit. Especially Christmas. Mostly because the Christmas decorations do still go along with the rest of December and into New Year's. It still kind of fits. So those are allowed to hang around for a little longer. It's just a lot of effort to expend, and we'd rather not do that right away. Yeah, Christmas usually lasts until the first week of January because it's so busy, but no later. Yeah, always either going over to see other people, or people are still coming to you. And you could potentially still be working or something. You never know. Could have people coming that a little bit after Christmas, for whatever reason it could be, so you want to keep it all decorated for them. There's a multitude of reasons. That's why I'm very forgiving with the Christmas takedown. Damn, this set I chose for the music, this is a banger so far. It's great. Most of the other ones have been pretty much the exact same thing every time. This has got a lot of differences to it. I like it. I like it a lot. Pinched the tip of my finger between this thing. Doesn't matter what I do, I always hurt myself in some capacity. My god, even fixing games I hurt myself. Got a nice, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it at all. If it's even gonna show up. Probably not, just because it's, you know, skin. Yeah, it's not really showing up, but I had a nice little, scar right there from reaching inside of a game sometime last year. I don't even know what I cut myself on. It's just all of a sudden it went in, felt a kind of a quick, sharp pain, took it out. It's like, oh, cut myself. I've been cut by stuff at work. I've been briefly shocked by stuff at work. That's great times. Still 100 times better than working as a dishwasher. I never want to go back to that. Never in a million years. That was just awful. And I mean awful. To think I did dishwashing for like, let's see, how many years was it? I'm trying to remember now. I think like almost 8 years? I think. I can't remember when I started the job at the arcade. Oh no, I've been at the arcade for... Yeah, no, I think it was like 8 years. God damn, I put up with that for so long. Now that I've been at the arcade for a few years, I wish I had applied to it so much sooner. Because holy crap, this is a job I so very much enjoy. Yeah, it gets stressful at times, but nowhere near as stressful as dishwashing. I more or less get to go at my own pace. I don't have like 10 people yelling at me to get something done for them all at the same time. It's a hell of a lot simpler of a job, and for the most part. Sure, some games are annoying when they go down and having to deal with, and some guests can be, well, guests. But whatever. Once they're gone, they're gone. They're done. I don't have to deal with them again. Whereas dishwashing, it's the same stuff every single day. Also, being able to know when I'm done for the day is great. None of this, here's your start time, You'll be done, when we think we don't need you anymore for the day. So that was always so hard to try to plan stuff for, like, after work or anything. It's like, I could be done at 12 o'clock, I could be done at 6 o'clock. You never knew. If I closed as a dishwasher, I could be there a good 2.5 hours, if not 3 hours, after we're actually, well, closed up for the night. Just because there was so much to get done. It was always hit and miss, and I could be getting home at like damn near 2 in the morning sometimes. This, a lot better. For the most part, the latest I've ever had to been stuck and sitting at the arcade is maybe half an hour after we're closed. And generally, I'll be scheduled for 15 minutes till 15 minutes after we're closed anyway. So it was never that much of a big deal. It all depended on how many people we still had inside the building, how many had to return their, turn their tickets in, wanted to do their redemption that night, or how many just wanted to continue playing, even though we've told them multiple times, we're closing, please stop playing and head to the front of the arcade. Alright, another leg done. So it's a lot nicer. Oh, there we go. Empty runner. Second one of the day. Oh boy. Well, now we're building the waist, and then it's building its backpack and weapons. That shouldn't take that much longer, I don't think. Usually after the legs, things will speed up a little bit. Just because this stuff is a lot easier to do. It doesn't have as many internals to make them. My dog went to the vet yesterday because, well, it's time for an annual checkup. And she got a clean bill of health. Said her coat is good, skin is good, teeth are good. Very happy dog. All around great. Got all her updated shots for the year. Couldn't be happier. The vets apparently loved her. Which, I mean, how could you not? Ruby is... No, she loves people. Like, absolutely loves people. Yep. Yeah, she and her brother are such friendly dogs. I mean, they're even good with a baby. We don't let them get like extremely close, like up in her face. But we let them be nearby at the very least, and yeah, they don't act up. They don't go crazy around her. They're there. They watch her. Occasionally, we'll let them get kind of close to sniff, and then we back them away, and then they're content. Which is always good. How the hell, Ski? Oh, I'm holding backwards. I love my little Ruby. She's the runt of the litter, but my god, she has got a little bit of fight in her. She's the one that'll go hard when playing. Zeus? Ah, he's a marshmallow. He's just there to, have a good time. All he wants to do is come up to you and give you a kiss on the face. That's all he wants to do. He just wants to lick you to death. And Ruby, being so jealous, will then push herself between you and him so she gets the lovin's. That's just how she's always been. I do still miss them when they were puppies, like puppies. I would just kneel on the ground, probably just mess around with them, and then Ruby would get right behind me and just crawl on the back of my legs and fly down and try to go to sleep. It was so precious. I loved it. She wanted to sleep on the back of my legs. I wish we'd gotten pictures of that, because it's adorable. All she wanted to do was sleep. She just wanted to curl up. When she got tired of just Zeus, because before, when he was actually a puppy, he was a lot more energetic. He would annoy the hell out of her, and she would run underneath the couch or the chair. And he was just that little bit too big to be able to follow her, so she'd just hide out underneath there, away from him. Just for her alone time. So just kind of look around, I was like, where's Ruby? Look underneath the couch. There she is. Then you try to get her out, she thinks it's playtime. She's freaking adorable. I love her to bits. Absolutely love her. I'd have her show up in streams more, but the two of them don't really like being in the room when I'm streaming. Either it's just because I'm talking too much, talking too loud, or they just like to wander around and not sit in one place for too long. But I mean, they like going in their crates and sleeping there, so that could be it. Ooh, oh. I don't like how loose that is, but that's just how it is. And there we go. There's our Impulse Gundam. Just the Impulse. No backpacks. It technically has weapons, but I don't think I've cut them out. I don't even think they come with this thing. It is supposed to have like a pair of small folding knives. It's just go up to you and go, yeah, yeah. Give you a little shank. Which, spoiler alert, it's the exact same kind of weapon the frickin' Strike Gundam has without a backpack. Little tiny knives. It's like, gee, I wonder where they got the idea for that. Yeah, so far, I'm not liking with the waist, because that is really loose. But, I mean, that's how it is, so... We'll see how it goes when I eventually pose this guy. I may end up putting him on a stand just so he doesn't have a reason to flop over. Alright. Now to do the to give this thing the seed standard and build him a backpack. That is 100% Seed's thing. It's just backpacks galore. They like absolutely love their backpacks. Of course, they give them different names all the time. The Strike had Striker packs. The Impulse has silhouettes. The Mook Suit Zaku's that the Impulse worked alongside had Wizard packs. I don't know why the fuck they're called Wizard... Actually, I think I know why they're called Wizard packs. Actually, no, I don't. Never mind. I'm lying. I do not know. I don't know why they're called Wizard packs. I don't know what's so fucking magical about a Zaku. Even though Seed is technically done, like even Destiny's done, it still has a multitude of frickin' side stories and whatnot. They even just started another one like a few weeks ago. That, once again, is one that takes place in between series and follows a group with their own brand new Gundam. And based off the description for it, it's like, wow. This thing is original character do not touch, I have all the powers kind of thing. Also kind of like an edgy description, because I think it says it has a stealth system on it, so you'll never know it's there until it's right behind you. It's like, what the fuck? Why? Why do we need another, ooh, the Edge suit? Gundam and, hell, even specifically Seed has enough of those. You have enough of the, ooh, the Edge suits. They trying to fill a quota or something? Yeah, that brand new one, it's like, it's also description is it can use any of the Striker packs the Strike could use. It could also use the silhouettes from the Impulse or the Wizard packs from the stupid, the Zaku's. The Zaku and the Impulse, by the way, not being created or probably even thought out of yet in the time frame that that mobile suit existed in. So it's like it can use stuff from the future somehow? Whatever. It's just a reason to sell more toys. Like, hey, buy this model kit and you can use the stuff from the old model kits with it too. Huh? Huh? Don't you want it more? It's got more playability. Though Seed does get a big major complaints about it with mostly their model kits, how a lot of them are just literally recolors. Like here's the exact same thing again, but in a slightly different shade, or it has a slightly different backpack. Some that don't even have kits yet and are just straight designs. It's just, yeah, that's what it is. Here's just let me bring one up as an example. It's like, let's take the Strike. Let's change its colors a bit, take its normal flight backpack, and kind of shift things around a little. Boom. Brand new suit. Buy our toy, please. So people are getting a little annoyed at that. We're getting less and less original designs, just getting more and more redesigns. It's like, yes, please, can I have the 400th million red frame Astray design? This one comes with a new sword. Hey, Iron-Blooded Raven, how's it going, buddy? Ah, it's like, oh, everything's going good. How are you doing? Being dumb right now? Yes, I am. Another beautiful day, just testing out new laptop? Cool. What kind of laptop you get? MSI GF65? Cool, cool. See if I can copy that. Keyboard is at an awkward angle for these because I don't have the desk space. Enter. Alright, let's see. Alright, 9th gen. i7, good, good, good. Alright. Very, very nice. Ooh, nice and small, too. Nice. Alright, yeah, nice. Looks nice. Looks really good. Yeah, everything's going good on my end. Yeah, glad. Force Impulse is one of your favorites? You like the Sword Impulse too? I mean, the Sword Impulse is... Hi, I got 2 gigantic swords. Come at me, bro. Oh, forgot. Sticker. What's not to love about giant swords? Okie dokie. Ugh. Stickers are annoying to do sometimes. Come here. Of course, the tweezers are not gonna grip it. God damn it. Alright, fuck it. Good enough. This is just for me anyway. I'm not trying to impress anybody. Again, I am in no way, shape, or form a professional. I am very amateur. This is all a fun hobby for me. That I'm just, well, sharing with all of you because, I enjoy it. Maybe this will inspire some of you to maybe at least give it a shot. It doesn't have to be a Gunpla. It doesn't have to be a Gundam model kit. It could just be any kind of model kit in general. Cars, boats. I think they're train model kits. Planes, Pokemon, Digimon, Star Wars models. There's a wide variety out there. There's something for everybody. I think there's also Dragon Ball Z kits, too? Of all things? So you want to make a Goku? Go ahead, here's a Goku, make him. You want to make a Vegeta or Frieza? Here you go. Yeah, model kits span a wide variety of things. Anyone could get into it. Hell, you don't even have to like the thing you're, you don't even have to watch the thing you're building. Like, some people build Gundam model kits simply for the model kit aspect and, like, how they like the look of them. They could not like Gundam at all in any way, shape, or form. Like, it's like, yeah, I don't watch the show at all. It's not my thing, but I like the look of the robots. There's some people like that. Well, that's fair. Sure, the model kits are actually, sorry, the show is just an advertisement for the model kits. Yeah, some people just build for the pure looks of them or use them as customs. Some build it because, hey, I like this suit in the show I watched. Everybody has their own reason, and I put these on backwards. Or not. That's better. I will say it once, I will say it a million times. Gunpla is freedom. You can do what you want with it, however you like. For whatever reason. never know. This could be a good, nice little hobby for some people, even just for to chill the hell out with, which I mostly do it for. And I honestly couldn't be more excited to try to share this with you guys and even my one IRL friend who also streams. We're gonna share hobbies and whatnot. Next time I'm able to actually see them for a long period of time and not just for, like, an afternoon. I build a kit with them. They teach me how to roll and make my own sushi. So that'll be fun. Even if they end up not really liking it, oh well. Just honestly the experience. Sharing the experience with somebody is fun. Hey, Dr. Dinosaur! Thanks for the raid, buddy! How are you doing? Let's see if I can do this. Let me get this sticker on and I'll shout you out real quick. Yeah, it's kind of hard to access my keyboard right now. Oh, I totally misplaced this guy. Oh well. It is what it is. Alright, that's... without breaking anything. Doop, and doop, and... There we go. Play more WWE 2K17. Ah! Got more of that going. What were the fights tonight? For anyone that doesn't know, Dr. Dinosaur, every long times he does some WWE wrestling fights with a bunch of custom characters. And he just has the game autoplay, and him and others provide the live commentary for it, so it's like you're really there for an actual fight. It's really entertaining. Like, it's got great commentary. It's amazing, and the characters are just perfect. Like, you want Air Bud as a wrestler? Here you go. There's Air Bud. Do you want a big sweaty weeb as a wrestler? There you go. You got one as well. You just want a straight up goblin. Here he is. Fantastic. Very exciting. Awesome. Oh, another empty runner. Perfect. Oh, nearing the end of all my stickers, thank Christ! I knew most of them went into this stupid backpack. Oh, I never actually introduced who the hell I am to everyone else who's coming in. You can tell how often I get rated. So, yeah, hello everybody. I'm Baron Bananas. I'm very much a variety streamer, but I mostly seem to be do visual novels, some RPGs, and also the occasional Gunpla building stream, which you're tuning into right now. I very, very much enjoy Gundam, 'cause that's why I build the model kits, and I also usually the first game I actually started and still going through right now is SD Gundam G Generation Cross Rays. First game I streamed on here, and it's still going strong. Get to hear me do a lot of very cringy voice acting, but hey, I enjoy myself when I do it, and I hope to see some of you around if you care to tune in for stuff like that. Alrighty, Brozard. You enjoy cooking, and I appreciate the lurk. I'm pretty sure I have a lurk command too, so yeah, if you want to use it, go ahead. I mean, you already told me you're lurking, but meh. I like when people use my stuff. Like, what is it? The heck is it? I think, yeah, there we go. Lurk works. Perfect. Like, I know I have a command for my Twitter in case anyone cares to. Thanks for using the sound alert, Nichols. I do have a Twitter command, or just to bring up my Twitter link. For anyone that would care to follow, it's where I usually post my schedule, random things I want to do, and also where I'm actually, after, I think almost going on a little over a month. Thank you for playing Nunny. I've also been posting, every Thursday I've been doing a, almost like a Gundam of the week kind of thing with a model kit. I'll take it down, say what it is, and with just kind of a brief, description about it. This week was the Gundam Exia from Gundam 00. I actually posted those photos today. It gives me something to do with my ever-growing collection. I guess I do have sound alerts, so yeah, you can feel free to use them. How is everyone who's just came in? How is their day going? Anyone got any fun things coming up in the near-ish future? Oh, Mr. One message there, Brozard. Oh, yeah, 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 he did mention that back in Nick's stream that you're making sesame ginger salmon udon. Just from the sound of that, mouth is kind of watering. You're making me hungry, and I've already had dinner. This is the part, right? Yep. Yeah, fingers kind of hurt after a while doing this. Unsurprising. So for just also for everyone that has just shown up, I am building the high grade 1/44th scale Force Impulse Gundam from Gundam Seed Destiny. I do have a picture available of what it is going to look like, at least the line art of what it's going to look like at the end of it, and right there. That is what I'm building right now. I have the actual suit part done. I'm just working on its backpack and weapons. And the backpack's almost done, actually. Oh, thanks for the lurk, Dr. Dinosaur, and again, thank you for the raid. Sorry if I kind of was leaning over a bit. I was talking to my sister. They got a new computer off of somebody, but they never packed the power cord for the tower. I thankfully did order one a lot earlier when I was just trying to get an old computer started so I can start taking stuff off of it. So I'm just going to scrounge around to find it so we can at least power theirs on. And then we can check it out to see what kind of computer they got. Yeah, only slightly important. And I put those on backwards. Go me. Yeah, they packed everything else of the computer. Monitor, keyboard, mouse, the mat. Like to put it all on too. They just forgot the power cable. Which, it's not a big deal. Those things are easy enough to come by. I know I've got one. I think I know where I put it. Oh, hell, this is gonna be a joy to try to take apart now. Shit. Oh, especially because it's embedded. Crap, crap, crap. This is also standard for me, folks. I misplace the pieces. Ah, damn it. It's going so well, too. Oh. There we go. I'm underneath it. Just gotta wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle like Jason Derulo. Just want to do this without breaking the pins underneath. Come on! Good God. Yeah, again, this is a standard for me, folks. I always fuck this up. I fuck something up somehow. I hope I don't add to the record of, here's things Baron has broken on stream. I will be upsetty spaghetti. I mean, if I can at least separate this enough so I can get this red part away from it all, I can separate the rest. So it wants to come out. It wants to get loose. Yeah, it's only just one area holding it. The rest is... Urgh. I hate this. I do not like this bend. Getting there. Oh, thank God. Okay. There we go. It came off. Nothing broke. That's a success. Yep, so once I'm done with this, I'm gonna be just checking out their computer just to see what they're working with. Because they don't really know, and you can't really tell just from the outside what kind of parts are sitting inside that computer. The most I can tell from it, it does have a pretty big graphics card, and it's got 3 sticks of RAM in it. It's just I couldn't see what they were. So once I get that cord in, we'll power it on. Give it a nice check just to see what kind of specs they've got. I've almost got a feeling they got something better than mine. Which, whatevs. I like mine. My own custom build. My semi-budget custom? I don't know. I looked at like multiple budget builds and then just kind of grabbed whatever I thought would work and was compatible. Yeah, it served me well so far. I got no complaints. Even if the frickin' software is saying technically we cannot optimally run Jedi Fallen Order, it runs it just fine. You've seen me play it on stream. Okay, and one more piece. For its backpack. Which is just the folded up jet, uncolored. And you come in and... Okay. There is the Force Impulse with its big old backpack. Yep. This thing can fly. Because of course. A man-shaped thing with wings on its back can fly. It's totally aerodynamic. Boo to what physics says. Is that an empty runner? That is an empty runner. Cool. Another one down. Now we just gotta arm this bad boy up. We already got the sabers on the pack. Now it needs its gun. Every suit needs to have a gun. Unless you're from G Gundam. Then all you need are your fists. And heart. Using the last sticker, and of course it goes on the gun. Okay. Now it needs the actual barrel for the rifle. And now it needs its second handle for when it wants to do two-handed shooting. You know, for that precision. Don't you hold a rifle with two hands? One at the trigger and then one at the side? Boom, boom. Like, I mean, that's totally how you hold a rifle. Boom, boom. Alright, we'll take the fist off so we can get the gun in his hand. There we go. That's better. Now you got your gun. But you also need your shield. So let's put that together. God damn, I got a lot of stuff still on here. Like, I have an entire jet. Actually, I have an entire 2 jets. Oh, there's 2 different versions of the shield. That's right. The Impulse wants to be fancy and have 2 different variations of its shield. One compact and one, you know, expanded. Because they gotta be slightly different from the Strike somehow. Even though this thing is very much supposed to be Strike Gundam 2.0. I gotta put this on the expanded shield. Now we add all the red. Yeah, yellow is empty runner, so that can go away. We're nearly done. We're in the home run stretch here. Or homeward stretch. Whatever. Whatever the baseball term is. As established back in Gen Stream earlier today, I watch nothing. I know nothing. I know nothing except Gundam, apparently. My very, very niche thing. Okay. Yeah, that's extra if I wanted to do the collapse shield, which I'm probably never going to do. And red is empty. Another runner down. So it should just be the shield piece. Another thing to connect the shield. That just slots into the side of his arm there. Okay. And there is our Force Impulse Gundam. Turn the lighting down a bit so it's not as washed out. Yeah, not bad. I like it. Looks pretty good. My Strike Gundam is currently in the perfect Strike configuration, so I can't use it as a direct, well, comparison, but I do have the Strike Rouge, which is just the Strike Gundam, but in red and pink and white instead of, you know, red, blue, and white. So, yeah, there they are. Impulse and Strike. Both have guns. Both got shields. Both have sabers on their flight packs, which are primarily black and red. Both can operate on their own without backpacks and use tiny folding knives. Yeah, Impulse is totally the Strike 2.0. Okay. Still got a few more things to take care of on here. So we'll finish those off. Which they're not going to be much. Oh, yeah. Thank you, thank you. Alright, this is just an adapter piece if I want to do the flying in their separated configuration before, you know, attaching to each other. Which, I mean, I'm never going to do it, but I'll keep it anyway. Is that it for gray? Not it for gray. There's another adapter piece for a stand. This thing requires... Jesus Christ. If I want everything flying together like it's been launched out of something, I need 4 stands to do this properly. No thank you. Alright, so now I should be building everything else. Right? Yeah. Alright, so the jet. That folds up to form the middle and backpack. Oh, the pre-backpack. Which unfortunately went unpainted and not color separated in any way, so it's supposed to be blue and white, but they obviously never bothered to do any details, so it's just a pure white jet now. So this guy with the whole nose cone would fold up, its wings fold in, and it would form the middle in here if I take the Force silhouette off and turn the light down, you can see the backpack there, which is just this guy folded up. Like you can see it. Yeah, it's just this guy folded up, and it forms a pre-backpack, and it just locks the two together, the three parts together or whatever. And then this guy plugs into the back, which that's actually a nice little plug. It goes pretty easily. I don't have to force it in. So there's that's our core Splendor. It's also where the cockpit of the entire thing is as well. Just inside that jet, so once it folds up, it just kind of folds over into what will be the full mobile suit cockpit with all its screens. While in jet form, it's just a jet. This other one I am cutting out now is an unmanned jet thing that brings out the what is it? Whatever silhouette pack it's going to use. So this attaches to the oh, I managed to slide that in without realizing it had to slide in. So yeah, this sits at the front with the striker pack, so when it gets launched out, this is what helps guide it until it gets to the impulse. Then it detaches, and the pack just slides onto its backpack, yada yada, done, and then this thing just kind of, I don't know, fucks off somewhere. Either returns to the ship or gets shot down, who the hell knows, they don't really care about it. They don't need to explain what happens to this tiny unmanned nothing. And yeah, that's it there. That was the last piece to get cut out. So yeah, there it is. Just a tiny little unmanned thing. I'll take take that off again. Let's see, how does it want me to plug this in? Right above, okay. Yeah, so when launched from the ship, the silhouette is like this. It's in a more aerodynamic pose. So it flies out like that, then when it gets close to the impulse, this guy buggers off. The impulse does its thing, it docks. Wings go up, tail things go down, and boom. Force impulse. Alright. Just gonna partially clean up to make my life easier. Even on the back, they've got like a... Let me turn that off. They got like a somewhat of a fight between the Impulse and the Freedom. I do have the Freedom Gundam as well. I just don't want to move it because I gotta pose with all its guns facing outward. In its full burst mode. Okay, and... Okay. Whew. Yeah, that was pretty good. 2.5 hours. Not bad at all. Just gonna move stuff out of the way. Partially reset my desk. Number one thing being, bring my keyboard back in front of me. All right. Hit Alrighty. So, thank you everyone for, well, watching, commenting, lurking. Thank you for the raid, Dr. Dinosaur. I appreciate it very much. Make sure I got the name right. Yep, alright, perfect. Should be backslash, right? Yeah. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to send everyone that's left here over to Card Captor Mari. She was in here earlier as well. Looks like she's playing some more Kingdom Hearts 3, so if you enjoy watching some RPGs with Disney characters while a girl with a cute anime avatar making lots of fart jokes and loads and loads of PBS Arthur facts spouting from her mouth, Mari's the girl for you. So anyway, everyone, have yourselves a great rest of the night, and I'll see y'all on Saturday.